All right, picture this. A crowded airport. The kind where everyone's rushing, nobody's looking at each other, just a sea of people glued to their phones, dragging suitcases, sipping overpriced coffee that tastes like regret. It's LaGuardia, Terminal C, buzzing with that tense, electric hum of travel folks itching to get somewhere else, anywhere else. And in the middle of it all is Mabel Johnson, 70 years old, a woman who's spent her life building schools in rural Kenya, now on her way to Paris to accept an award from UNESCO. A big deal, the kind of thing that makes your grandkids beam with pride. Mabel's clutching her old leather tote, stuffed with her handwritten speech, 15 pages of careful cursive, her life's work poured onto paper. She's nervous, not about flying, but about the chaos, the way airports make you feel invisible. She's dressed simple navy dress, sensible shoes, a silver locket from her late husband, James, resting against her chest. She's early, always is, sitting quietly by gate D17, watching the world rush by, trying to blend in, to not make waves. Now, here's where it gets messy. There's this security officer, Carl Thompson, a guy in his 50s, all starched uniform and puffed up chest, pacing like he's hunting for trouble. You know the type lives for the badge, the little hit of power it gives him. Carl's got a chip on his shoulder, always has. Back in high school, he was the kid nobody noticed, and now, as a customs service officer, he's got a chance to make people notice him. He's not checking passports. He's looking for someone to make an example of. And then he spots Mabel. She's alone, unassuming, a black woman with gray streaks in her hair, and to Carl, that's enough to paint a target on her back. He's seen her type before. He thinks probably up to no good, probably carrying something she shouldn't. It's not about evidence. It's about his gut, twisted up with years of resentment and unchecked bias. Mabel's in line to board her Air France flight, heart thumping, passport in hand. It's not a regular passport, it's a diplomatic one, issued by the State Department because of her work with her nonprofit, which has UN status. She's proud of it, but it makes her nervous, like it's too much for someone like her. The line moves slow, and then Carl steps in, hand raised like he's stopping traffic. "You, ma'am," he barks, voice sharp enough to cut glass. "Step out of line." Mabel freezes, looks around, thinking he must mean someone else. "Me?" she asks, soft, polite, her southern accent slipping out. Carl's eyes narrow, like her speaking at all is a personal insult. "Yeah, you. Over here." Now, the crowd goes quiet. Heads turn, phones come out. Mabel shuffles to the side, her tote clutched tight, her face hot with embarrassment. "What's the problem, officer?" she tries, keeping her voice steady, but Carl's not listening. He's performing now, loving the eyes on him. He snatches her passport, flips it open, and his face twists like he's caught a criminal mastermind. "This," he says, holding it up like it's evidence in a courtroom, "this ain't real. Diplomatic passport? You? Who do you think you're fooling?" Mabel's heart sinks. "It's real, sir," she says, voice shaking but firm. "The State Department issued it for my work in Africa." Carl laughs, a mean, ugly sound. "Africa, huh? You expect me to believe you're some big-shot diplomat? This is fake, lady, and you're not getting on that plane." He's lying. Her passport's legit, pristine, but he's already decided she's guilty. It's not about the document. It's about her, about the way she doesn't fit his idea of important. He steps closer, voice loud for the crowd. "You're coming with me. We're detaining you for fraud." Mabel's panic spikes. Got to get to Paris, her speech, her award. It's all slipping away. "Please," she says, reaching for her tote to show him the letter from UNESCO. "I have proof." But Carl slams his hand on her bag. "Don't touch that," he roars, and before she can react, he grabs her arm, hard, yanking her like she's a shoplifter caught red-handed. The tote falls, hits the floor with a crack, the zipper splitting open. Her speech scatters, pages fluttering like dead leaves. Her locket skids across the tiles. A half-eaten pack of peppermint candies spills out. Mabel drops to her knees, scrambling for her things, tears burning her eyes. "My speech," she whispers, voice breaking, as a businessman's shoe crushes one of her pages. Carl looms over her, sneering. "Look at this mess. Pick it up now." The rookie officer nearby, a kid named Joey, looks sick, but he doesn't move, just starts bagging her stuff like it's evidence. The gate agent, a young woman named Lisa, tries to step in, voice shaky. "Officer, isn't this a bit much?" "She's elderly." Carl cuts her off, venom in his eyes. "Stay out of it, ticket girl." Mabel's on her knees, humiliated, the whole terminal staring, and Carl grabs her again, dragging her toward the escalators. Her shoe slips off, left behind like a piece of her dignity, and she's half-hopping, half-dragged, her stockings tearing on the escalator's metal teeth as he shoves her forward. "You're hurting me," she cries, but Carl's too far gone, muttering about trash and liars, his grip bruising her arm. Now shift gears. Up in the Air France first-class lounge, cool and quiet, sits Thomas Reed, U.S. Ambassador to France, a man who's seen the world's messiest conflicts and still keeps his cool. He's sipping coffee, checking his watch, ready to board late because, well, that's how ambassadors roll. His aide, Emily, gets a text that makes her face go pale. A blurry photo from a colleague at the gate, showing an elderly woman on her knees, a CBP officer towering over her. Thomas grabs the phone, zooms in, and his jaw drops. "That's Mabel Johnson," he says, voice low, furious. "She's getting the UNESCO award I'm presenting. Her school saved my daughter's life in Nairobi." He's up, moving fast, Emily scrambling to keep up, calling for security as Thomas storms out, suit jacket flapping, a man on a mission. He hits gate D17 like a force of nature, the crowd parting as he demands, "Where is she?" Lisa, the gate agent, points to the escalators, tears in her eyes. Thomas doesn't waste down the stairs, banging on the locked CBP office door like it owes him money. "Open this door now," he thunders. Inside, Carl jumps, fumbles his key card, and the door swings open. Thomas steps in, all 6'3" of him, eyes blazing, and sees Mabel bloody shins, one shoe gone, face streaked with tears. His voice drops to a deadly calm. "Carl Thompson," he says, reading the name tag. "You just assaulted a U.S. diplomat. That passport you called fake? My office issued it." Carl stammers. Two was following protocol, but Thomas shuts him down. "You followed nothing but your own prejudice. Hand over your badge. You're done." The supervisor, MS. Carter, rushes in, horrified, and Thomas doesn't let up, demanding a full report and promising this won't be buried. Mabel's patched up, her shoe and bag returned, and Thomas escorts her onto the plane, first class, the captain apologizing profusely. The other passengers stare, some ashamed, some clapping softly as Mabel, battered but unbroken, takes her seat. By the time they land in Paris, the story's gone viral. Cell phone videos, news headlines screaming about a CBP officer's brutality. Carl's fired within days, charged with battery, bankrupted by a lawsuit Mabel files with Thomas's backing. Her nonprofit gets millions to build more schools, and LaGuardia rolls out the Johnson Reed Protocol, mandatory training to